Last class we done with veg items, display non-veg items, even bottom side pagination also completed, right? Pagination also completed. Last class we done with Redux concept, right? Redux like store.js, all the flags are there. I given the steps for that. What the steps we completed till me? First step is what create the slices. After creating slice. Okay. Yeah, tell me the steps. Step one is what? Create the slice. Let me create the slice. Create the slice. So guys, to create the slice, go for the file src component. I'm going to create part slice. Go for the this is like JSX file, JS file slice JS file. It is cart slice dot. Let me guess cart slice dot JS file. Is the card slice.js file. I'm going to create one slice as of now. Part slice is there. And you please create the store.js file also. Right click on the new file. The file is what? Store.js. Store.js guys, make sure yes, it should be the small here. It should be the what small. Store.js is there. And this is the card slice.js. Your JS files. A JS files you can take the starting letters are small. And components you can take the starting letter is what capital. That's fine. This is like store.js file is there. Good. Store.js file, we need to configure the slices. Go for the cart slice.jsx file. There is a cart slice. Fine. Guys, to create the slice, let me install the dependencies first of all. We install the dependencies React Redux. The concept name here, React Redux like this. Fine. And we need to install the dependencies. I think we should go for the two dependencies. One is npm install React Redux, and you please install these dependencies. Yeah, this is the first dependency. Npm install what? React Redux. Once the installation of React Redux is done, let me go for Redux toolkit also. First install the React Redux. Next one is what? Redux.js.toolkit. These two dependencies you please install. After installing the two dependencies, now let me go for the npm run there. Then you start the project. Then you can come to the slice. The slice creation guys, I want to create the slice here. To create the slice, going to create the slice. See guys, to create the slice, we are using the hook create slice hook. Just let me go for the letter. This is what slice guys here? Cart slice. Slice name I given the cart slice something like that, and you can go for the hook create a slice. Go for the create slice guys. If you click on enter button, you can see the import statement is imported here. What is imported here? Create slice imported. If import statement is not coming, your code will not work properly. You better to check that import statement working properly or not. There's one thing is. See the create slice is right. Create slice open and close it here. Opening and what? Close. See guys, create slice you can pass the object, JavaScript object. So create slice is a function. Function contains what? Opening and closing like this, parenthesis. For this one, I need to pass the object. Pass the object means what? I need to take the object syntax is what? Opening and closing braces, right? Exactly. Guys, which contains slice name. You can take the name of this slice. See guys, name of this slice, just I'm taking the card. Name of this slice. You can give any name just for identification purpose. Slice name is what? Card. Next one is initial state. What statement is initial state? It means cart initial value, how much you want to maintain. So initially what the cart is empty, right? That's what you can take the empty. Cart is what? Empty. See guys, this is a slice creation and the slice contains what? A global state. This is called global state actually. Well, this is called what? Global state. Okay, don't think like this is just a slice name. What the slice name here? Cart. Slice name is the cart. And initial state is this is called global state basically. So this is what? Global state. See, create slice is a function. In the syntax, it observe. Create slice is a function. Function contains what? Opening parenthesis and what? Closing. Which expecting what? Object. That object contains this is called first key value. This is called second key value. The third key value, we can write the reducers. We can write what? Reducers. See guys, the reducers you can write the reducers. Again, reducers I told one global state contains one reducer, multiple reducers or multiple reducers. Which contains the multiple reducers means again you can write the opening and closing like this. Because reducers you won't write the multiple, right? That's what you can go for the opening and the closing. Hey, this is just a slice name. Keep aside. For us, not at all important for us. Only for us important is what initial state. Initial state is nothing but a global state. So initial state is nothing but what? Global state. I think global state. The global state is updated by reducers. These are called reducers. You can write one reducer, multiple reducers, or multiple reducers, right? Yeah, that's what case. Let me go for the multiple reducers. Multiple what? Reducers. We can write the reducers name like add to cart reducers. So you get the first cart like first reducer name is add to cart. First reducer name is what? Add to cart. So yes, one only I will write this one slice. Remaining slice you should write. You check the syntax properly. Reducers are written the braces. Why? Because one reducer is there are multiple reducers or multiple reducers. First reducer name is what? Add to cart. First reducer name is what? Add to cart. First reducer name is what? Add to cart. See guys, I'm the slice. I have the initial state is like this is called global state is empty, and I have the reducer. I have the reducer. Then this is called add to cart logic. What logic? Add to cart. Add to cart logic. But you have the veg components, you have the non-veg components like that. Veg and non-veg. You click on the veg. Veg button is there, add to cart button is there. You clicked on what button? Add to cart. Once you click on add to cart, then what happened? Once if you click on add to cart, logics with you with reducers are because veg items add to cart, non-veg items add to cart, milk items add to cart, but add to cart logics not with the component. That add to cart logics present with what reducers. Then you are dispatching to you are dispatching to cart store right reducer dispatch చేస్తారు. You are dispatching to reducers store add to cart logic or dispatching. Now, when you click on add to cart, I got the input. What input? Product input, which I am going to add the product into the cart. When you click on add to cart, what happened? When we click on add to cart, I got the product right. When the user click on what? Add to cart button. Then what happened? Like I said, he will send the product. What product? For example, add to cart button is added for the biryani. Biryani. Veg biryani added add to cart. Then the biryani comes to the. Tell me guys, he will send the product. What product? Biryani product. He will send the biryani product to. Tell me guys, to store reducers. Store what? Reducer, right? He will send to directly reducers. Send to what? Reducers, right? He will send the biryani product to reducers. Reducers send yes. Now, to this method, I got the product. What product I got? What product you are going to add into the cart? What product you are going to add into the cart? That product will come to add to cart button. What logic? Add to cart logic. For this logic, I got the product. I got the product, right? Exactly. Because basically, this add to cart product is expecting the two arguments. One is an action, one is a state. One is action and what? One is the state. How many arguments expecting total here? Two arguments. One is the action, one is the state. So why the action, why the state means? This action is nothing but the product you are going to add into the cart you are sending to me, right? That is nothing but action. So this action you are doing, what? You are sending one product. What product? Biryani product. That biryani product is stored into action variable. The state is nothing but existing state. Already won the data. Already existing state. So why these two are required means, for example, say, first time you click on the product veg biryani, which is already added into the cart. Second time again you click on add to cart. Again you click on what? Add to cart. See, first time you click on veg biryani add to cart here. Then what happened here? That is coming to the action. Then veg biryani is stored into the action. Initial state is what? This state is nothing but initial state. Initial state is what? Empty. Initial state is what? Empty. I got the veg biryani. State is empty. State is what? Empty. I can put this veg biryani into the array. How can I send to array? Means using the push function. The function name push. So initially I got the action. What the action here? Veg biryani. The veg biryani simply I will add into what? The cart. First time. Second time you click. By one time, second time. Second time when you click, then what happened? Tell me. Second time you clicked it, then I got the action. What action I got? Veg biryani. I got what action? Veg biryani. Before adding into the cart, before what? Adding into the cart. I directly add into the cart. Before adding into the cart, I need to check. I need to check. Already veg biryani there in the cart or not. Already veg biryani present in the cart or not. Wait, directly don't add. You first to check that already veg biryani is there in the cart. If it is not there, what we should do? We should add. In the cart, which is like, biryani is not there, we should add. If biryani already there, count increase. Nice. What should increase? Quantity increase, right? Exactly. That is a very important topic here. Whatever the data you are sending to the cart, that is stored into what variable? Action. This is state is nothing but existing items. What items are existing items? Before adding this action data into the state, we need to check. We need to check what? Product is already there in the cart or not. If already not there, you push it. If already there, quantity should be increased. Don't forget that two statements. That's all for the today class. I got the product. I need to check that product is there in the cart or not. If not there, add it. If already there, quantity should be increased. Quantity should be what? Nice. You go for the veg items, guys. In veg items, we have the veg item name. I think in my system I don't have the add to cart button. Let me has the button like go for the button. What the button is here? Add to cart. Then you can see the add to cart button in one product, all products are. Add once all are created. Add to cart button is ready. But you see that my add to cart button, I click on add to cart button. Then when I click on this add to cart button, this product is sent to the store. This product is sent to what? Reducers. Store reducer, something like that. This product is sent to the store. When this product is sent to the store, this product I want to add into what? Cart. But observe carefully, this product contains what? I tell me here? ID, name, price, image, and description. But I want to add this product into where? When I click on add to cart, that should be added into what? Store. When I click on add to cart, this action should be sent to the store. Reducer executed. Reducer adding the product into the cart. Reducer adding the product into what? Cart ledger. We add into what? But the problem here is when you add into the cart, quantity should be how much? Quantity should be how much? 1. Because first time you are clicking, quantity should be how much? 1. But the product itself does not contain a quantity attribute. Is a product contains any quantity attribute? Product contains any quantity attribute, but is small. So product quantity attribute is not there. You send me the product with only product ID, name and price. But I need to add the product into what? Cart. When I'm adding into the cart to that product, I need to add extra field. I need to add what? Hey, you didn't give the quantity, right? You give me your product ID, name and price. Or image or description keep aside. ID, name and price you are given. I want to add this product into where? Cart ledger. When I'm adding into the cart, what I should do? I need to add the quantity is what? 1. It means what? I need to add the extra property. You know what the extra property? Quantity. I need to add extra property is what? Quantity, right? I should add the extra property quantity to the field. To that field. Extra property action. I need to add the extra property to that field. That's what goes here. Good. Okay, first of all, you tell me when I click on add to cart, this product should be sent to what? The store. Store in the sense, in the store, it go for the reducers. Go to what? Reducers. Add to cart reducer, which contains how many arguments? One is the action. One is the action, nothing but the input is coming from the client. The input is coming from what? State is nothing but existing state. Existing state is empty. Now see guys, the point is when I click on add to cart button, this product, what is this one? Product. Here I take in the product item. Item. This item I need to send it to one store. Tell me guys, I don't know how to send that action to store. Use dispatch. Nice. That's what guys, you can take that hook. What the hook? Use dispatch. Let me have the dispatch variable. The hook is what? Use dispatch. See guys, use dispatch is imported from what? React and Redux. This is called dispatch variable I taken. What the variable name? Dispatch. Just using this use dispatch hook, I taken the variable is what? Dispatch. Here, when I click on add to cart, what event is triggered on click? On click, we should write the logic. Arrow function. Write the arrow function. After arrow function, write the logic. What logic? I'm dispatching. You taking the dispatch hook, right? I'm dispatching. Dispatching to where? Dispatching to where? Again, store. To what function you are dispatching? Reducer function. What the reducer function name? Add to cart. You clearly mentioned that I'm dispatching to add to cart. Dispatching to what? Add to cart. What you are dispatching? Product. Product here item you take variable. Item variable. Look, clearly mentioned share. When I click on add to cart button, on click event is triggered. I'm dispatching to what reducer? Add to cart reducer. What reducer? What I'm dispatching? Item. That's it. It is dispatching logic. What logic? Dispatch. Now it comes to the action. Comes to what? Action type, right? Good. Action type contains how many attributes? Two attributes. One is the action. Second one is the state. Action is nothing but what? Action is nothing but what? The data is coming from the client, like component. State is nothing but what? The existing state. First, what we need to check is we need to check. I need to check what? This action. Action is nothing but what? Item, right? Yeah. Action. This action is present in what? Hey, first I got the item. First I need to check what? This item is present in what? State or not? State is nothing but what? Initial state. I need to check this item is present in the state or not. Definitely initially data present or not present? Not present. Not present means what? Add if. Already present? Quantity plus one. Already present is what? Better. To check this, that action is present in the state or not. Checking what? Checking the. Tell me guys. Checking the action item. Tell me action item present in state or not. Use like find function. What the function method is find. These all the functions written already in the JavaScript find function. Find is what? Find the data present. If data present, return that item. Return that item. That's what guys. You write the find function. Let get the existing item. You can write what? State dot what function? Find. Find of what? Just you can write the what function here? Arrow function. What function? Arrow function. This is called state. State means what? What state? Existing state. State existing state. Existing state is there. This existing state maybe contains some multiple items. One item, multiple items are. Initial items are not there, that's okay. But in general, it contains one item, multiple items are. So in the state, we are finding. This is like you can take the item variable, any variable you can take. This is called representing the state. You are writing right. Products dot you're writing what? Products dot map. How we are writing the code here? Products dot what? Map of. Yeah. You are writing the products dot product dot what function here? Map. Map when you write the arrow function. Here what we are writing singular right? The same way, state dot find. In the state, each item I am checking. Wait, this is a state. State nothing but what? Initial state. Existing global state. I am checking each item. This item is representing what? State data. Products dot what? Map. Products dot map means what? This is for each product. What product? Each product. Same way, this is item is belongs to what? State. Statement is one item, multiple items are multiple items. This is state item and action item, both are what? Matched. Both are what? What items come here? State item. Come here, state item. State item means what? Existing items. State item and what? Action item. State item and what? Action item. Both are matched. Both are matched means data existed, right? Both are not matched means data not existed. This item is nothing but what item? Action item or state item? State item. Very important. This item is nothing but what item? State item. Once this is called state item, what item? State item. This is called state item. Then what I am doing here? State item dot name, which is double equal to state item name and the action item name. See guys, when you represent the action item name, action is nothing but what? Your input, right? It is the payload. Action dot payload dot name. Action you cannot use directly, guys, because action contains the body. Action contains what? Body. That body we are calling it as a payload in real time. A body we want to payload. That's what when you go for the action is directly action name is not possible. Always you should use what? Action dot payload dot name. Where state dot finding in state type, this item is nothing but what? Action item or state item? State item name. State item name and action item. State item name, action item name, both are what? Matched. Both are matched means what? Find function return that existing item. Let what item is here? Existing item. Which is the item? What you're getting is here? Existing item. Now if condition you can check. If existing item. If it is true, already item is there. Item is there means what we should do? Quantity should be increased. Item is not there means what will occur? If block else block, else block. In else block, guys, what we should do in else block? Push that item. Push that what? Item. Tell me guys how to push the item. How to push the item? Where we have to push the item? We have to push your item. Your item is what is your item? Action. Where we have to push? In the state. The state is represented by what variable? State variable. This initial state is nothing but what variable? State variable. This is your action input. Then tell me how to push. Then you can write the simply state dot. We are going for what? Push. What we are pushing. In the state is nothing but initial state. Initial state is nothing but global state. State is nothing but one. Initial state, nothing but global state. State dot push. What we are pushing? What we are pushing? Your item. What is your item? Action. Action dot payload. Action dot payload. Payload means complete object is added. Complete object. Oh, you got it? Here how many arguments are there? 2. One is the state, one is the action. State means existing state. Action means coming item. What we need to do check? We need to check that the item is present in the existing state or not. How to check? Using what function of time? If it is available, item dot name is existing item name. Action dot payload dot name means item dot name is what item? Existing item. Action dot payload dot name means what? Action dot payload dot name is telling the incoming what item? Client item at least you can say. Item dot name means what? Existing item. Action dot payload means what? Client item or coming item. What items are coming to add into the what? Cart, right? So existing cart name, cart item name, action payload name. Both are same. Both are same means what? Both are same means what? Item name, state item name, action payload name. State item name is existing items. Action payload name is client items, coming items. Both are what? Name is matching. Name is match means what? And name is matched means what the meaning? Name is matched and what the meaning? Product is there in the card. Product is there in what? Card. But initially, cart is empty anyhow. That's what item dot name, action payload name, both are matching or not matching? Not matching. Not matching means not there. Not there means what? Else block. Else block means what? We have to push it. Where we have to push? State. State that what to push. What we are pushing? Your item. But your item means always action dot payload. State means existing card. Your item means what? Remember that your item means what? Your item means always think that. Tell me this. Your item. Your item means. Your item means what? Action dot. Actually, action dot payload. Payload. Existing card means existing card items means what it means here? State. Then we should put into our item into the cart. Then put the item into the what? Cart. How to put into the cart? How to put into the cart? State. State is what cart. State dot push. State dot push of action dot payload. That's it. Now that is a process. That's it. We are pushing for the first time. Here I told one small point previously. Now we are adding the product into the state. Your action is added to the cart. But I told you what I told when you add into the cart, only product should be added. Only product should be added. You click on add to cart. What we should do? Only product should be added. Along with the product, we should add one extra field. What extra field? Quantity. Quantity should be how much? 1. We should add only product with the quantity. Action dot payload means what happened here? It is pushing only product item. Only it is pushing the product. But you want to push only product with the quantity. Product with the quantity. To push the product with the quantity, guys, I told in the JavaScript we should use a spread operator. This existing data you spread it. Existing data you spread it. Add extra field is what? Quantity is initially 1. Correct. Then y dot means what? Present object is spreaded. Present object is what? Spreaded. New quantity is added. New property is added. Now what property is added? Quantity property is added. That's all. Quantity properties added. That's like else block. We are pushing the only item with extra field. How to add extra field means quantity. Spread the existing object is what? Dot. Then action dot what? Payload. Comma quantity. That's it. But already data is present. Assume that item dot name, state item name, your action payload name, both are what? Matching. Both are matching means what happened? Already present. Then what we should do? Quantity plus equal to 1. That's all. Or should write already present, right? Already present means what we should do? Quantity should be increased. What the quantity here? Existing item quantity, right? That's what you can write what? Already item is there. It returns the existing item. After this matching is done, it returns the item name. Item is returned. What item here? Existing item. That existing item, what we should do? Dot quantity. That existing item quantity increase. If already item is what? Present. Already item is present, we should increase the quantity. That's it, just enough. We got it up. Right, that is called slice creation. What creation? Slice is ready. You want me to write this complete slice one more time? You can tell me the slice. Tell me how to get the slice. What slice? Card slice equal to function is what amount? Create the slice. This is the function. Function means expecting the parenthesis. But the slice function is taking the object. The slice function is taking what? Object. Take the object like this. Object contains the 3 properties we should pass. First property is slice name. But this is not at all important for us. Slice name keep aside. For us, what is important? Initial state. This is a thought, global state. This is nothing but a global state. Next one is what? Reducers. We are passing the object. Object contains first property, second property, third property. Third property is a reducer. Again, third property contains a sub-object. Sub-object is what? You can go for what? Add to card. Add to card. Right? What function? Arrow. Before arrow, how many arguments? Two arguments. One is what? State. That state is nothing but existing state. This is existing state. Comma. Action is nothing but the data is coming from the end user. Like add to cart got a new click, right? That item, action. Then what we should do? Then you write the log. What you should do here? Arrow function means you put the arrow function, write the logic. What the logic you should write? From the state dot. In the state I am finding. What I am finding in state item, state dot find, nothing but state item dot name, which is triply equal to action dot payload dot name. State item, this is called state item name, which is equivalent to what? End user name. End user action dot payload dot what name. Both are same. Both are matched means what? He returned the object. Existing object returned. What object ma? Existing object. Existing object also. You got the existing object. Once we got the existing object like this, let existing object is there. Right? If condition simple. If existing object is we can write what? Existing item. If already item is there, then means what we should do? Existing item dot quantity. Existing item dot what? Quantity plus equal to 1. Like my quantity equal to quantity plus 1, right? Like that. Plus equal to 1. Next, else block is what we should do. We need to, item is not there. Not there means what we should do? Push. Tell me how to push else block. State dot, we are going for what? Push. State dot push is there, right? Yeah, state dot what? Push option. State dot push, what we are pushing, tell me state dot push. We are pushing your item. What is your item? Action dot what? Payload. Your item you are pushing. But we should push only item with extra property. What is the extra property? We should go for the extra properties quantity, right? Now item with extra property. What is the extra property means what? Name. Sorry, quantity, right? That's what it is. When you make that object, this existing object spread it. You can make it as object. Existing object you spread it. Add the new property. But the new property quantity is 1. That is a code. That's all. We got it done. That's it. You see that you see that the coloring is. After arrow function, we have to open this. What color? Yellow. This is the yellow color representing up to this one is the arrow function code. This brace is what? Reducer closure. This is the blue color. This is called purple. This is object closing here. అంటే దీని closing ఎక్కడ వచ్చింది? ఇక్కడ వచ్చింది. See, for example, you didn't find this one, you got error. Then you can decide, okay, yellow brace is closed, but if blue brace open, right? Anywhere blue brace, here what happened? It becomes what? Red, right? Becomes what? Red. Extra brace we should close like that. A colors को just check check. Hey, cart is ready. The cart is ready. What the reducer name? Reducer name is what? Reducer name is add to cart. What the logic? Add to cart logic. In logic. When we click on this one add to cart button, your action item should be dispatched to what logic? What logic? Logic display forward share. That's what is here. Hey, you are dispatching to where, mom? You are dispatching to store. What the reducer name? Huh? Now you are using the add to cart. This is logic, right? You are using or not using? When you click on add to cart button, then what happens? You are dispatching to reducer. What is the reducer name? Add to cart. Reducer name is what? It means you are dispatching to the reducer. You are dispatching to what? That reducer. Now we are using this reducer, right? When you are using this reducer, what we should do is we should import that reducer. ఇప్పుడు మీరు I have the logic. What logic? Add to cart logic. Now you should dispatch that logic. Then what I should do? You want to use my method. You want to use my function. What the function name? Add to cart reducer. That's what I should do. I should export this add to cart. What I should do? It needs export share. If I export, then what you can do? You can import this add to cart. What I should do there is export. Here all the reducer functions, guys. I have the 5 reducers. I should export the 5 reducers. Then only you can use my reducer functions. You can import. That's what I should export. What I should export? Function. What the function name? Hey, you got it. Basic component add to cart cover, non-base add to cart. But logics with me. Then what I should do? I export. Then you can what? You can import, right? Exactly. That's what, guys. You can go for the export statement, like you can write what? Export statement. You can write export. See, guys, cart slice dot actions we can write. The slice name you take into what? Cart slice. Cart slice, they are all we can call it as actions. Cart slice dot actions. We are exporting the data. What the function you export? Tell me here. Add to cart. See, why I'm exporting the constant like in the braces means because tomorrow I want to go for remove cart. Then I can write the logic here, what logic, remove cart. Then I simply here I can write what cart, remove cart. Then how many functions I exported? 2. Then you can go for what? We can go for the increment cart. I can write the reducers like that. I can export all the reducers. Add to cart reducer, remove cart reducer, increment cart reducer, decrement cart reducer. Like that, how many reducers exported now? 4 reducers. Anyone can use my reducers. Anyone can use my one reducer. But as of now, these all the reducers are there. Only one reducer as of now. Export the reducer. This is what? Export what? Reducer, right? Reduce and export share. You should export the reducer like this. We got it done. That's it. A slice is ready. What is ready as of now? First step is what? Slice ready. Second step, tell me. Now you see in vec.jsx, this is called add to cart, right? You click on the control space. Now you see that import statement. See what it is from where? Cart slice. Now if you click on this one, that should be imported. Import statement, you can check it. Add to cart from cart slice. That is imported. It means that logic you should import. What logic? Add to cart logic. Because that logic is exported by the slice. Because you are dispatching, right? Where you are dispatching to what? Add to cart. Dispatching to what? Add to cart. What we are dispatching? Item. We are dispatching to add to cart means what? Add to cart should be imported. Then slice should what? Export that cart. Export that add to cart. That's it. Then slice is ready. Step 1. What is ready? Slice. Export the reducer. After that, guys, export the slice also. Export the slice. This is completely one slice, right? Every component we are exporting. This is called export the default home. Home component we are exporting. And you can go for this. In the components, we automatic question because that is a JSX file. But today writing the JSX file, JS file. JS file is import statement, export statement coming automatically here? No. That's what we are exporting what the reducer. This is like exporting what? Reducers. Exporting what? Reducers. Next one is what? Export the slice. Because these are all the slices where I should configure. Store. First step is what? Slicer. Second step, all the slices we should configure in where? Store. Export the slice. Export the slice like what slice you have to export? Cart slice. That's what, guys, you can cart slice dot reducer. That slice name we can use anything. I use what? Cart slice dot but the function is here reducer. Export share. Hey, this line is exporting what? Slice. What slice? Card slice. This line exporting the slice, so this line exporting what? Reducer. This line exporting what? It export the reducer. This is to export the slice. What the slice name you exported? This is important. See, here export statement is what? Export default home. We are exporting what? Home. Then you can import what? Home. The same way, in the card slice, we are exporting what? Export default card slice the reducer. We are exporting all the slice reducers, right? Exactly. The slice is ready. Then you can go for next file is what? Store.js. Here what I should do? Here what I should do? Configure all the slices. Today only one slice is there. Tomorrow one more slice. Like that one slice or multiple slices are. Every slice contains one global state and reducers we discussed already. 2 days we discussed it at once. Configure all slices here. Okay, guys, last 2 classes who are following, who are reading the notes, they can understand the flow. Who are absent and who are sitting the last benches and outside discussing with Ravindra, definitely it's difficult to follow the concept. That is like, configure all the slices here. Configure it. To configure the slices, we are going for one hook. What the hook? Configure store. What hook? Configure store. See guys, when I write the configure store, that is the hook we need to configure. Previously, create slice. Create slice also function expecting what the object. Same way, today configure store also what this is a hook function. This function is what opening and closing like this. This function is expecting what object. Okay, today the functions are expecting what objects. Are expecting what objects. Yeah. So let store equal to variable name I taking just. This is a configure store. Here what I should configure? Slice. Slice contains what? Global state and reducers. Global state and what? Reducer. Then we can write the globals. Today is like, to configure the reducers guys. Let me go for the, reducers argument like this. This is called, expecting what? Configure store is a hook. Hook is expecting what? Object. Object contains what? The key value pair. First key value pair is like, reducers. Only one key value is that the object contains. First key value is what? Reducer. What the today class reducer you are importing card reducer, right? This is called global state name. But this is important for us. This is the global state name we find this. What the global state name tell me? Card. What the global state name? Because here we have the initial state empty. Do you have any name for the initial state? No. The initial state is given in the store. This is called initial state. What the initial state name? Card. Corresponding reducers are what? Card reducers. What reducers are? Card reducers. That is what reducers are? Card reducers, right? Exactly. Yes, actually, if you write the card reducers, the card reducer should be imported from what slice? Card slice. Card reducers are imported from what slice? Card slices. Let me write the card reducers. Let me write the import statement. First one here. Import what reducers here? Card reducers. So they should import automatically generally. This is a card. There is a slice here. This is called reducers. Card slice dot what? Reducers. Then 1 second. The import statement has small issue. This is called export statement here. In store.js we should want import. And this is my export. Then store.js import. Yeah, you are very close, just missing one small but important piece. This is called export default class reducer. Okay, the correct way is like, this is called slice. This is card slice dot what? Reducer. This is called card slicer. hot slice dot water functioning exported like reducer, right? So I think we written up to RED something like that. That's what he is saying that he is missing like that. Fine. He said like correct import statement. Then you do one thing. Then you give like card slice. This is my card slice. This is what slice card slice. Then import configuring what this slice should be configuring. This is a card slice. Configure. Configuring where? Store.what? JS. Store.js to configure. Yeah. Your card slice is already correct. That's fine. That's we know already. Now you configure that in what file you store. You should know the process, that's all. You should know how to write the slice. First slice writing is done, then import the card reducer. See? Then he is writing what same thing, configure store. This is the hook opening and object. Object property name is what reducer. Because in future we have the multiple reducer, that's what he is writing what? Card reducer, right? Then export the card, export the store. That's it. So this is called card slice. Sorry, store.js configuration. So yes, go for the store.js, configure the store.js. That's it. Generally, what I'm thinking that card reducer's control space has to work. It's not working. I need to check that. Okay, fine. Hey, we are importing what? Card reducer. Because here we are writing the slice is what? Card slice, right? Then you can go for the store.js. Cart is what? Global state name. Remember that in the store, what we configure, this is a global state name. And this is for what? Reducers. What the global state name now? Cart. This is important. Slices contains what? One global state and reducer. But that should be configured in where? Store. Should be configured in where? Store, right? That. Second step is done. But the first step, create the slice. Second step, configure the store. Store is ready. But the final step, what is the final step? Slice creation is done. This is the slice. I told you the slice contains the state and reducer. Fine. And the reducers is what add to cart. We should export the add to cart. We should import the add to cart. That's all done. The slice is configured in where? Store. What slice you configure? Cart reducers. We configure like these reducers are there in what slice? Cart slice. Second step is done. But the third step, give this store file to one component to all components. How to give this store file to all components? Using provider component. Where we should write the provider component? Main.jsx. Open the main.jsx. Go for this app component because app is a controller, right? Here you can write what the component is provider. Provider. You see that provider? The provider is imported from React Redux. Provider opening and provider closing. This is a provider. See, provider is providing what on store. Store equal to we can give what? Store, right? Yeah, store component. You see, guys, the store should be imported. Store is from what file? Store.js. The provider providing the store to app component. Because in app component, all the components are configured, right? Sir, no. We are giving to each and every component a app component. Why app component is in app component, all the components already included. You give to app will give to all. Finally, the store is available for one component, all components are. That is also configured. Step 1, slice. Step 2, configure the slicing to store. Step 3, give the store to all components using provider. Step 4, dispatch to store. I think we already written the code for dispatching to store, right? what we written the code using dispatch hook. There is a dispatch hook. What the hook command? Add to cart. Items are there. Add to cart. That's fine. Step 5. Use selector. Get the data from what? Store. See guys, when you click on this, add to cart. You click on what? Add to cart. Add to cart button. Add to cart button. Add to cart button. You click it like multiple times. Add into what? Cart. Then the cart number should be increased. What should be increased? Cart number. That's what guys, let me create one more component to display the file that is called cart.jsx. For the component name cart.jsx. This is the cart file. The cart.jsx, I will read the data, but I will display the data tomorrow later. But today class there is no cart.jsx. Go for the app.jsx. Here please, you can take the another link. You take the link observe carefully what the link I am taking here. But the link I am taking here, cart. And the URL is what? Cart. And the route you can place it. But the route here, this is called export what? Cart, right? Export the cart. Slash for the URL cart. Then you can go for the cart.jsx. Just you can have the message. This is the cart component. This is what component? Cart component. Yeah, yesterday last class 5 steps what you written, the 5 steps we are implementing. That's it. And you can go for the file. You go for the again the new component is coming. That is what? Cart. If I click on the cart, this is the cart component. Home component, veg component, non-veg component, cart component coming like this. Fine. Go for the cart component. See guys, today I don't want to display the cart items here. Just beside the cart, you give a number of number event. Beside the cart, you maintain what? Number. What the number go for the app.jsx. Beside the cart, just I'm adding one like this. This is one. They're getting what? One. Or two like this. There's what? Two. Or three like this. You got the three. There's a cart counter. Cart count. Tell me guys, where is the cart? Cart is already made in the global state. Already cart is there in the global state. Fine. Now read the cart from store. So read the cart from what? Store. Using what selector term? Use selector will use selector. Because here I want display what the number. When you click on the data, I want display the number. They tell me how to make the data here. Use selector. Go for the simply use selector. Okay, that use selector is imported from what? React Redis. Use selector of. Then you can give the any name. I can give the variable name is global state arrow, global state dot. What the global state name? You configuring global state name is what? Cart. Sorry. You can say store. In the slice in the store. In the store. A store is very important for the global state name. This is a store. Global state name is what? Cart. Then you can come to your app.jsx and cart. Global state name you want. But the global state name cart. Then here you can go for what? Length. These are what? Cart items. What items? Cart items. That's all. Then here you can go for this data. Then you can go for what? Cart items dot. Cart items is a array, right? You can go for what? Length. Length. That's it. Cart items dot what? Length, right? That's it. Okay, how to get the cart value? Use selector hook. Use selector hook. Global state dot. The global state name is what? Cart. Then we got the cart items. Cart items. Cart items. But here one small issue is there. Assume that first item is the 4 quantity, second item is the 2 quantity, third item is the 5 quantity. Total length how much now? First item is the 4, second item is the 2, third item is the 5. Total how much quantity? Total length is 11, right? Then what I should do, tell me now? If I write the cart items dot length, tell me now length how much now? Length is how much? 11, right? Length how much ma? Cart items dot length how much? 11, right? How much yeah? Cart items that length how much? 10. Because index starts from what? You. The length here, cart items that length means what? Length how much? 11, right? Length how much, ma? Length అంటే 3 వస్తుంది. ఇదొక ఐటమ్, ఇదొక ఐటమ్, ఇదొక ఐటమ్. ఐటమ్స్ how many? 3. Length how much? 3. Item 1, item 2, item 3. How many items are? 3. A cart items dot length means how will you get 3 only. E fourth is of 4 is what? Quantity. First item quantity what? 4. Second item quantity is what? 2. Third item quantity is what? 5. Total quantity how much? 11. But items how many? 3. If I write the cart items dot length, how much you will get? 3. 3 అని చెప్పాలన్నమాట. ఐటమ్స్ 3 ఉంది. 30 సార్లు అడిగినా కానీ బుర్ర పని చేయకపోతే. Hey, that's it, guys. Here the point is cart items dot length means if I write, you get the 3 only. Because first item, second item, third item. How many items are there? 3. But I want each item quantity sum. What I should do? Each item quantity sum cover. First quantity, second quantity, third quantity. Each quantity sum I want. In JavaScript already written that line, right? Tell me anyone. What you can write? What the function you should write for that? Huh? What is the function we should write? Reduce function. What function? Reduce. Tell me how reduce function means what? You track each one, counting the data. Right? I told all the prices sum, like that, all the quantities sum. Tell me, part items dot. What function of reduce? You can go for the reduce function. Reduce function, comma, initial value you can make it as a 0. I take the initial value 0. Then you can write what? Quantity 1, comma. Tell me, you can write the second argument is what? Arrow function. What arrow function here? Q1, comma, Q2. Then simply can write what? Q1 plus Q2. That's it. Then this is called what? Cart. Cart quantity, right? Yeah, cart quantity. Then you can write this cart quantity beside this variable. That's it. Cart quantity. That's enough. You don't write the cart items dot length. Cart items dot length means what? 4 items added, length is how much? 4. But you want cart items dot length, cart items quantity sum. Quantity sum. Quantity sum means what? You can go for what function you have reducer. Reduce function 0, Q1 plus Q2, these are the items. That's it. Right, that's all guys. You done the work. You please check the code once. Go for this data here. Control brush. We are getting the inspect the data. Go for the console. Number 0 is what? Not defined. Reduce function, right? Fine. This is the initial value, right? What's the problem? The argument is second argument at 0. Yeah, second argument it is. First argument, so first argument you write the logic, second argument you can be the initial value. That's fine. Then you can go for the result terms, guys. The point is that when I click on active card, that is dispatched to the store. What logic executed? Reducer logic. What logic executed? Developer flow. Developer flow means what? When you click on add to cart, this number increasing, not like that. See guys, cart initial number, how much you are getting here? 0. Cart initial how much? 0. Because of this 0. If you make the 10 here like this, then cart initial value, how much you are getting here? 10. Cart initial value. 10 you are getting. But you want 10 not 0 now. Okay, fine. 0. When I click on add to cart, then what happened? Tell me. When we click on add to cart, when you click on add to cart, that is dispatch into what? Store. Add to cart, reducer logic executed. Reducer logic is updating what? Cart. That cart length data. Cart items we are reading in what component? The cart. Reducer logic exit cart updated. Cart updated. That updated cart counter. Where we are getting the cart counter? In what file you are getting the cart counter? App.jsx. Because in app.jsx, why we are reading this in app.jsx only, these links are there. I want this number like that. That's what we are reading the cart in what file? App.jsx. Read the cart items using the global state name is what? Cart. Then your quantity should be there and you can display the quantity here. If I click on the add to cart, guys, here the number is increased, means today work is done. Lot of work is done. That same thing you apply for the vegetable, non-vegetable milk, whatever items you should have, right? Click on what button here? Add to cart. If I click on what? Add to cart. Then you see the data increase means what? Work is done. Not increase means what? Errors are going on. We need to check the error. Click on what button? Add to cart. See here, that is add to cart. Okay, fine. At least add to cart. What happened guys here? Added, but we are getting the data in which format? Objects. Okay, fine. Let me click on the inspect once. Go for the console. And the number is 0. Click on the refresh. Add to cart. First object is coming. Add to cart. Second object is coming. It's coming like count format, object format. Object format it is coming. Then here the issue like global state dot what cart. Use selector global state. Hey, I think all are working. Only this line is the issue. Let me check it. I'm getting the array for object comma object. Beside the cart link is there, cart font 50. I'm getting object and object. They can go for the slice, hard slice. This is called our slice logic. Where we are getting object. Okay, you're saying that reducer logic issue, number plus object. Fix the data like yeah, this is like cart logic. Cart reducer. I'm writing the quantity 1 and the Q2, but he's saying that you got the item. We got what? Item. Then he said like no, you don't see. Because reducer means what? You are getting numbers or you are getting item. Huh? Item, right? Because here when you write this code like this, there is the file as app.jsx. Now you see this data. Now we got the items. If you write the Q1 and Q2, that becomes what? Numbers are items only. Items was there. Then item 1 plus item 2. Two items are adding two objects. That's what guys. Item you should add. Just you should go for what? Quantity of quantity. That's what guys. Just you can have that line. And yeah, item dot item dot what? Quantity. Just you should write what item dot quantity. There's only one line is an issue. That line is the issue, guys. Then you go for the data here. Go for the data here. You click on the refresh. See guys, initially got how much here? 0. You click on add to cart. You are dispatching to reducer. Reducer is updating the cart. That cart value we are reading into app.jsx. That cart value is ready to what? After JSX. Clear? Doctor, you said clear, right? Standard. ఇప్పుడు ఇక్కడ యాడ్ టు కార్ట్ ఏమని చెప్పు reducer execute ID reducer updated reducer executed reducer executed and add to cart what in add to cart when you click we are dispatching to what reducer what executing add to cart logic executing after that reducer logic executed అంటే ఏమైంది reducer cart execute logic executed what it is doing it is updating what cart updating the global state cart value is updated that value we are reading into app.jsx using how we are reading app.jsx using useselector after reading we are calculating what the count after calculating the count you are displaying that count into beside the cart that's it sorry please run the code that is running problem click on what button add to cart you see that here number is increasing initially what we have 0 I click on add to cart becomes how much 1 click on 2 3 you click on this add to cart 4 5 6 you click on this add to cart 7 8 like this not increasing not increasing that's it not increasing like that you should implement this into the veg items non-veg items milk items whatever the items you taken all items the cart should be displayed how many items the cart contains total here 34 total of items on 34 got it done that's it how many steps you done total tell me 5 steps step 1 step 1 is what create the slice step 2 create the slice step 2 is what configure the slice in store step 3 is what give the store to what one component all components are all components step 4 is step 3 step 4 is what dispatch in veg.jsx in what file veg.jsx when we click on what when we click on what button add to cart dispatch to store dispatch to what dispatch to store that's all step 5 is what use selector step 5 is what in app.jsx because in app.jsx we are printing a number printing what number in app.jsx get the cart value get the cart in app.jsx get the cart and display the count beside the cart button beside what button beside the cart that's it 5 steps but this you write this all the 5 steps and complete the work first step is what to create the slice all of you write these notes plus phone bottom side you write some points what you understood about the step 1 this is a slice creation right for creation slice let cart slicing let what cart slicing export the reducer and export the slice that's a pick one is tomorrow I'll ask some questions on this code what the code will return so what explain about this line explain the what we are why we are adding the putting why we are adding the quantity this is step 1 step 2 is what configure the slicing store.js configure the slicing what store.js I will check step 2 step 3 this is step 3 Give the store to give the store to all components. Yes. Using provide the component, you provide the store. Step 4 is what? Index.jsx. Index.jsx, you create the button. Use dispatch. First, you create the object for that inside the component. Inside the return statement, like after that, what? Button we should add along with the component button. Already you have the product data, right? Base.jsx. Just that line is enough, right? We have to add the button. What the button? Add to cart. I think already button is there, right? Just we need to dispatch. To dispatch to what reducer? Add to cart reducer. What you are dispatching? Item. Maybe in your system you can check, maybe you are writing item or product. That we need to check. This dispatch is a hook. That's what use dispatch. You can make the letter dispatch variable. Using that variable, I am calling what? Add to cart. This is step 4. Dispatching the data. Step 5 is what? After dispatching? Use selector. Use selector in which component? App.jsx. In app.jsx, use selector. In app.jsx, what? Use selector. Cart items that length means how much you will get? 3. Because maybe 3 items you have, it means 3. But the quantity means what? 3 depends on the quantity. Yeah. Read the cart from store using what? Use selector. Then beside the link, you create one component like cart component. Already cart may be there. Beside that cart quantity are visible. Yeah. Here global state name is what? This variable name can be anything. Global state name is what? Cart. Here cart items. Cart items got reduced. We are getting what? Quantity. It means each product the quantity should be calculated. Each product what? Quantity should be calculated. That's it, what you see. All of you completed that to part 1.